So the next we'll be seeing the another type of problem in Walter's model, that is dividend relevance theory. So the data given in the problem is the earnings per share of a company is rupees 10. So EPS is given as rupees 10. EPS equal to rupees 10. The next data given is it has an internal rate of return of 15%. So which means internal rate of return. Internal rate of return, that is R value. So R value is given as 15%. So 15% we can convert, which means 15 by 100, that is equal to 0.15. So that is the next one, internal rate of return. The next data given is the required rate of return of its risk class is 12.5%. So the required rate of return. The required rate of return means K value. So that is given in the problem as 12.5%. So which means that is equal to 12.5 divided by 100. That is equal to 0.125. So K value is also given in the problem. Dividend per share. So dividend per share, that is DAV value. That is given as rupees 4. So all the data are given in the problem. We need to find out the price of the share using Walter model. So we know the formula for Walter model. So this is the formula. So we can just copy the formula here. The Walter's model formula is this is the formula. Just let me copy the formula here. So the formula to calculate the price of the share using dividend model, the Walter's dividend model is dividend plus EPS minus dividend into R by K, the whole divided by K. So now we need to substitute the values in this formula. So instead of dividend, I'm going to substitute 4 because the dividend per share is 4. Then EPS minus dividend, EPS is 10 and the dividend is again 4. And R by K is instead of R, I'm going to substitute 0.15 and K is nothing but 0.125 and the whole divided by K again 0.125. So now we need to simplify this one. So if you simplify, how much you will be getting? You check here. So once if you simplify, we will be getting around, first we'll subtract 10 minus 4. Okay. So when you simplify, this 4 will keep as it is. 10 minus 4 will become 6. 10 minus 4 is 6. When you divide 0.5 or 0.15 divided by 0.25, we'll be getting around 0.15 divided by 0.125. This is 1.2. So this value is 1.2. So now again we need to simplify. Just we'll multiply 6 into 1.2. Then we can add that value with 4 and the whole divided by 0.125. So if you simplify that one, we'll be getting the values as 6 into 1.2. 6 into 1.2, the value comes around 1.2 multiplied with the 6. The value is 7.2. With the 7.2, add 4. You'll be getting 11.2. 11.2 divided by 0.125. That is 89.6. So the value of the share is 89.6. So P0, the price of the share or value of the share equal to 89.6. 89.6. So now, as per this problem, R value is greater than K. So this is as per the what you call as assumptions of this problem. R value is greater than K. So which means when R is greater than K, what type of company this one is, or what you call as the company this one is a growth firm. Growth firm. So if it is a growth firm, the optimum payout ratio is should be 0. Optimum payout ratio is 0. But they have given a dividend of rupees 4, which means 40% dividend they are giving. That is in EPS, 4 rupees they are giving as a dividend means 40% is the payout. So let us check if payout ratio is 0, what happens to this particular, what you call as the share price of this particular company. So now if suppose if dividend is 0, then what happens to this problem is this, as per the formula, this dividend becomes a 0, 10 minus again dividend. So that is 0. Then R by K, that is the same thing, 0.15 divided by 0.125 whole divided by 0.125. Then this is 0 plus 10 minus 0 means, so this becomes 0 because dividend is 0. So now 10 minus 0 is 10. And 1.2 will be same because 0.15 divided by 0.125 means 1.2. So now we will multiply 1.2 with 10. So which means 1.2 into 10 means 12. 12 divided by 0.125. Let's check how much the value we are getting. 10. Sorry, 12 divided by 10 into 1.2 is 12. 12 divided by 0.125. The value is 96. So how much you are getting the share price is 96. So if they go as per the rule of R greater than K, then optimum payout ratio should be 0. In that case, the share price is 96. But this company have declared a dividend of rupees 4 per share. That is 40% payout. In that case, they have got only what you call as 89.6%. Again, it has been proved that according to Walter's model, the dividend relevance theory is proved. So there is a relationship between dividend payout as well as the market price of share. So next we'll see the another type of problem. The following information is available for Avanti Corporation, EPS 4, then internal rate of return 18, then required rate of return is 15. What will be the price of the share if, as per the Walter's model, if payout ratio is 40%? So that is the what you call as the question that has been asked here. So let us calculate this with the same formula what just now we have seen here. So this is the formula. We'll copy this formula. So now you can see here the same formula I copied. P0 equal to dividend plus EPS minus dividend into R by K the whole divided by K. So this is the formula to calculate the price of the share as per the Walter's model. So now as per the Walter's model, you see here EPS is given 4. Internal rate of return means R value. R is given 18%. 18% means 0.18. That is 18 by 100 means 0.18. So this is R. And the K value. K value is nothing but the required rate of return. So that is given in the problem as 15%. So 15% means 0.15. So this is EPS. Now, as per the formula, what data we require is, we require all the data, but in the problem dividend, DIV is not given. So how to calculate DIV is, but here what is given is dividend payout ratio is given as 40%. So we need to calculate dividend per share. How to calculate dividend dividend per share from the dividend payout ratio is, first we'll calculate the dividend because that is required to calculate the price of the share. So dividend equal to EPS multiplied with dividend payout ratio. So if suppose if dividend dividend per share is not given, we can calculate using this formula. EPS is 4 multiplied with dividend payout ratio is 40% means 0.40. So 4 into 0.40 is nothing but 1.6. The dividend per share is 1.6. 4 into 0.40 is 1.6. The dividend per share is what you call it as 1.6. So now we'll substitute all the values in the formula so that we can calculate what you call it as the price of the share as per the Walter's model. So now if you calculate, if we can substitute instead of dividend, we can substitute this as 1.6 into EPS minus dividend. EPS is just now it is given in the problem as 4. And the dividend again is 1.6. And R by K. R value is 0.18 and the K value is 0.15. And the whole divided by K. Again K value is 0.15. So now we need to simplify again. If you simplify, we will be getting around 1.6 we will keep as it is. 4 minus 1.6 that comes around 2.4. Okay, then 0.18 divided by 0.15. 0.18 divided by 0.15. The value is 1.2 again. 1.2. So now we'll simplify. First, we'll multiply these two. 2.4 multiplied with 1.2. So 2.4 multiplied with 1.2. So that is 2.88. With that, we need to add 1.6. So we'll be getting 4.48. 4.48 divided by 0.15. That is 29.867, which means 29.87. So the price of the share is 29.87. 29.87. That is the price of the share as per the Walters model. But even though it is a growth firm, because R is greater than K, so they should follow a optimum payout of 0, but they have followed a payout ratio of what is called as 40%. So that is why the share price is 29.87. If they go with the policy of R greater than K and optimum payout ratio of 0, definitely the share price will increase. So this is again the relevance theory is proved. So let's check with this problem. So again, you can see here what is the data given in the problem. Here EPS is given as 4, dividend per share is given as 2.5, and the price earning ratio that is given as 8, and internal rate of return is given as 15%. So internal rate of return means R. Then what you call as the K is given. So no, K is not given. Instead of that, P ratio is given. Then dividend per share means a DIV. That value is given. Then earnings per share means EPS. So these are all the data that are given. Now, as per the formula, what data we require is we require this formula. This formula data we require. So just let me copy the formula first. Okay. So now I'm just pasting the formula. So just if you see the formula, what are the data that are available? We require dividend. So we require dividend. Dividend is there 2.50. EPS is there 4. Again, dividend required, it is there. R is nothing but internal rate of return 15% is there. 15% means 0.15. That is equal to 0.15. Then K value. K value is missing in this. How to calculate K value? But instead of K value, P ratio is given. Price earning ratio is given. How to calculate K value from this is K equal to 1 divided by P ratio. P by E ratio. 1 divided by P by E ratio. This is the formula which is used to calculate K value. Suppose if K value, that is required rate of return, is not given, instead of that, if P ratio is given, we can calculate using this formula. 1 divided by P ratio is 8. 1 divided by 8. What is the value? 1 divided by 8. Which means 0.125. So K value is 0.125. That is nothing but 12%, 12.5%. So we got K value also. We can substitute in this formula. Dividend is 2.5. Then EPS is 4. Then again dividend is 2.5. R by K. R value is 0.15 and K value is 0.125. So again, this is a growth firm because R is greater than K. They should have followed a policy optimum payout of 0 to increase the share price, but they have given 2.5%. Sorry, 2.5 rupees as a dividend. In terms of percentage, if you want to check, the dividend payout ratio is 2.5 divided by 4. So which means 62.5% is the dividend payout ratio they are following. So now, so if you just substitute the formula, then whole divided by K. So the whole divided by K, K again is 0.125. So now we need to simplify this again. This 2.5 write as it is. 4 minus 2.5 is 1.5. Then we need to divide these two. 0.15 divided by 0.125. 0.15 divided by 0.125. The value is 1.2. So now we'll simplify again. We'll keep this 2.5 as it is. 1.5 multiplied with 1.2. 1.5 multiplied with 1.2. That is 1.8. With that, we have to add the dividend of 2.5. The value comes around 4.3. With that, we will divide 0.125. That is 34.34. So price of the share is 34. Price of the share. That is equal to, what is the value we got is 34.4 rupees. 34.4. That is the price of the share as per this, what do you call it, the data. They have followed a policy of 62.5% as the dividend payout ratio. In that case, the share price is 34.4. Since it is a growth firm, they should have followed a policy of 0. They have followed a policy of 0 dividend, then that value will become a different one. So what this value will become is, this dividend will become 0. Then EPS minus dividend. So which means EPS 4 minus dividend will become 0. So this will become the 4. So then then this R by K will be the same 1.2, the whole divided by K. So in that case, what would be the share prices? Like we'll be receiving 4 multiplied with 1.2. That is 4.8 divided by 0.125. 38.4. The share price would have increased from 34 to 38.4. Rupees 38.4. If they have followed a optimum payout ratio of 0%, the share price would have increased from 34.4 to 38.4 rupees. So this is again we have proved the Walters model, that is the dividend relevance theory, that dividend decision has an impact on the share price of the company. So you can, from this problem itself, we would have proved that when company paid a dividend of 2.5, the share price we got as 34.4. Since it's a growth firm and dividend becomes 0, the share price changes to 38.4. So this is nothing but dividend Walters model, that is dividend relevance theory.